What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch and review for you. Today we are looking at the Zoya Spring 2020 collection, which is called Calm. So this collection features 6 brand new nail polishes. They are all very classic spring shades, mostly creams. We do have one shimmer in there, but I will show you guys all of those swatches and all of my thoughts on that. If you guys haven't heard of Zoya before, they are a mainstream salon brand that is known for being 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish, and they are also listed as being vegan friendly. So really quick disclaimer before we get started, I did suffer some damage to my swatching nail. I accidentally dug out a bit of my nail with a razor, which is a whole long story, but I won't get into it. But anyway, I did use a ridge filling base coat. Hopefully you can't tell in the swatches, didn't affect the colors of the formula at all. And I figured since it was only 6 polishes, it would be okay to just do it with that little bit of damage because I feel like you guys are dying to see the Zoya Calm collection. So let me just show you the swatches and then we'll talk about the pricing, my thoughts on it, all that stuff at the end. So roll footage. So like I said, just using a little bit of a ridge filling base coat for these swatches. You can see on the lower left of my nail that I did gouge out a bit of it accidentally, but let's just not even think about it. So first up in this collection, we have the shade Laura, and this is a light, warm-toned, neutral cream shade. And one thing I will say about Zoya that I absolutely love is their range of neutral and nude polishes. Now, this particular collection is pretty light in terms of different nudes that they have, but in general, I would say their entire line has so many different options, so I really love that. I love all of the nudes that they come out with in basically every shade. This one is no exception. It was 2-coater, it looked absolutely gorgeous on, and I think it suited me really well. Next up we have the shade Colleen, and this is more of a light peachy pink, although I would still classify this as a neutral type of shade. And this one was another one that, you know, just another really great formula. It was almost a 1-coater. I will say I do love that light Zoya polishes like this aren't like chalky or gummy or anything like that. They're pretty easy to work with. So this was another one that was really easy to coat coverage and it just looked absolutely gorgeous on. It's a really nice neutral palette cleanser kind of shade and I think this would look great any time of year. Next up we have the shade AJ, and this one is actually a shimmer shade. It's more of like a medium toned, almost blush nude kind of shade. And this one I wasn't a huge fan of just because I felt like it wasn't as self-leveling and it dried pretty quickly. I do think the color itself is really nice, and again, it's just like one of those nice neutral, work appropriate kind of palette cleanser shades, but I feel like the formula wasn't that easy to work with. I partially want to blame just that it's a thin round brush because I prefer the wide flat ones, but I mean, that's just my own preference. Next up we have the shade V, and this is a dusty purple cream shade, and you guys know that I absolutely love purples, but honestly I'm a little bit over the dusty springy purple shades right now, so I wasn't too keen on this one. That being said, the formula was absolutely fantastic, like incredible, and it was so easy to work with. It was basically a 1-coater. I did throw on 2 just to show you guys what that looked like, but very nice, very good color, very easy to work with. So if you're into this color, it's a great option. Next up we have the shade Leaf, and this is a very soft, light green cream shade. I wouldn't say this one's dusty at all. It's more of like a very light pastel, almost white looking color. And this one, again, I was struggling a little bit with the formula, and I think it's only because of that brush, just because it takes a bunch more strokes for me to cover my nail, and I feel like the polish just starts to dry by then. And if it was a wide flat brush, I would find it so much easier, but I talk about that a little bit at the end of the swatches. So stay tuned for that, but you can see it didn't really self-level on me that well, but it is a really pretty color, so I don't know. And last but not least, we have the shade Emerson, which is a really beautiful, soft baby blue cream shade. And this one is actually a really beautiful color on its own. Honestly, just because it's part of the spring line, I feel like I didn't love it as much. But if I just had this color as a one-off shade, I would be totally obsessed with it. I think the formula was really easy to work with. I think the color is absolutely beautiful. And it's one of those like really soft, almost white shades that I just love having for nail art, or I just love having like in the spring, summer, because I feel like they make me look a little bit tan. So just a really beautiful color on its own. Yeah, so those are the polishes. If you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm not a huge fan of spring shades in general. I feel like the pastel shades for me just don't really do it. That said, that is just a personal preference. All of these polishes do perform well and they look alright on the nails, so I really don't have anything against them in particular, and I wouldn't not recommend Zoya just because I don't like spring shades. So I also do want to mention that I find that Zoya is in general a self-leveling brand, but because they have that round skinny brush, for me it's a little bit harder just because I'm a person who prefers that wide flat brush. Now Zoya does sell a wide flat brush. I did a whole video on this. They do upcharge 50 cents if you want to buy that wide flat brush for your bottles. Obviously it is not something that is needed in order to do your manicure, but you know, if you do prefer the wide flat brush, it might be worth looking into. They do also have some sales sometimes where you can get them for free, so definitely keep an eye out for that. So these polishes retail on the Zoya website for $10 USD each, and they come in 15 milliliter bottles, which is the industry standard, I would say. So I do want to start telling you guys the size of the bottles, and I've been doing it here and there in my swatch and reviews, but I do want to make that an important part of my swatch and review videos because when I first started painting my nails, I didn't realize that bottles had different amounts of nail polishes in them, and now seeing all the different brands that I've used before and how little or how much you get for X amount of dollars, I think is really important, so I am going to start mentioning that in future videos. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. A little conflicted just because as a whole I don't really love spring collections, but I do think these are some nice colors, so always happy to add more nail polish to my collection. Obviously I am pretty addicted to nail polish, but I would love to know your thoughts on them, so let me know in the comments below what you think. If you've purchased any of these, if you're planning on purchasing any of them, I want to know. If you guys enjoy my swatch and reviews, please give this one a thumbs up. It means a lot to me, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of swatch and review videos, so you'll be seeing a lot of nail polish if you join. But yeah, that is it for this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, so obviously just gonna default to the fun fact that I always do when I dye my hair, but this time it's a twofer. So fun fact number one, I did cut my hair, which I haven't done in a really long time and it was very overdue. And fun fact number two, I did re-dye my hair a different color. I actually did a whole live video of it. I added blue to the existing green that I had in my hair. It didn't turn totally blue, and I partially blamed that on the fact that I shampooed after I dyed it, which I don't know why I did that. And I've dyed my hair often enough to know not to do that, but for whatever reason I was just like on autopilot and I just shampooed my hair anyway. So right now it's a little bit of a teal, but I am going to put some more blue in it the next time I wash it, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.